Join me as we dive deep into one of England's most haunting mysteries, a conspiracy born of faith, fury, and fire. Did you know that in 1605, a group of men came within inches of erasing the entire English government in a single explosion? They planned to strike at the very heart of power, the House of Lords, with enough gunpowder to level half of London. Their goal? To kill a king and spark a revolution. This is the story of the Gunpowder Plot, a secret so bold it nearly changed the course of British history forever. Welcome, friend, to another deep dive into the past. Today, we're unraveling a tale of betrayal, religion, and desperation. The failed plot to assassinate King James I and destroy the House of Lords. You've probably heard the name Guy Fawkes. But what you might not know is that he wasn't alone. It wasn't one man in a mask. It was an entire network. Noblemen, soldiers, and priests, all united by one burning cause: to end Protestant rule and restore a Catholic monarchy. But what drove them to such extremes? To answer that, we need to step into an England divided by faith. The year was 1603. Queen Elizabeth I was dead, and her cousin, James IV of Scotland, had taken the throne as James I of England. For England's Catholics, long persecuted under Elizabeth, this seemed like a glimmer of hope. They believed James would show them mercy. But their hopes vanished quickly. Instead of easing the laws, James made them harsher. He fined those who refused to attend Protestant services, banned Catholic worship, and demanded absolute loyalty to the Church of England. Priests went into hiding. Families prayed in secret. And beneath that quiet obedience, anger began to boil. Out of that anger rose one man, Robert Catesby, charismatic, devout, and furious. His family's wealth had been destroyed by anti-Catholic laws. And in his eyes, petitions and prayers had failed. There was only one solution left: fire. Catesby's plan was simple and terrifying. Destroy Parliament during its opening session. Kill the king. And place a Catholic monarch on the throne. He called it a cleansing fire. But to make that dream a reality, he needed help. He gathered a small circle of trusted allies: Thomas Percy, Thomas Wintour, John Wright, and Guy Fawkes. Fawkes was different. He was a soldier. He had fought for Spain, a Catholic power, and knew how to handle gunpowder. He had courage, precision, and the kind of patience conspiracies require. Under the alias John Johnson, he became the face of their operation. Their mission: to smuggle 36 barrels of gunpowder beneath Parliament unnoticed. They rented a cellar beneath the House of Lords, disguised as a storehouse. By candlelight, they rolled in barrel after barrel, covering them with firewood and coal. No one suspected a thing. Beneath the wooden floors of Parliament lay enough powder to obliterate an empire. As months passed, the circle widened. More men joined, each sworn to secrecy. But with every new face came new risk. Whispers began to spread. And secrets, no matter how carefully buried, have a way of surfacing. The chosen day was November 5, 1605. King James, the royal family, and both houses of Parliament would all be present. One spark, and the kingdom would burn. But fate had other plans. Just days before the attack, a letter arrived at the home of Lord Montego, a nobleman sympathetic to Catholics. It was unsigned, but its message was chilling. They shall receive a terrible blow this Parliament, and yet they shall not see who hurts them. Montego, alarmed, took the letter straight to the authorities. Within hours, King James ordered a full search of the Parliament vaults. Still, the conspirators pressed on, unaware that the Crown already knew. On the night of November 4th, Guy Fawkes stood guard over the barrels, lantern in hand, flint ready, the fate of England resting in his hands. Then came the sound of footsteps, echoing through the cold stone corridors. Beneath Parliament, the king's men approached. When they reached the final cellar, they found a man dressed as a servant, surrounded by firewood. He gave his name John Johnson. But when they pried open the barrels, the truth roared to life. 36 casks of gunpowder, enough to erase Parliament and every soul inside it. Guy Fawkes was seized instantly, and with him, the Gunpowder Plot crumbled into dust. Word spread fast. A plot to destroy the king. A Catholic conspiracy. Robert Catesby and his men fled north, desperate to rally support. But the chase was relentless. Within days, they were cornered in a farmhouse in Staffordshire. The king's soldiers surrounded them. Gunfire erupted. Catesby was shot dead, still clutching an image of the Virgin Mary in his hand. Meanwhile, Guy Fawkes was dragged to the Tower of London. There, the real torment began. 4 days he was interrogated, stretched on the rack, his body twisted until his strength broke. He refused to betray his friends until pain and exhaustion finally overcame his silence. His signature on the confession barely legible. A trembling scrawl of a man who had suffered beyond words. On January 31, 1606, Fawkes and the surviving conspirators were led to the scaffold. There, they met their end, drawn, hanged, and quartered. Their deaths were meant to send a message, but it was the memory that endured. In the years that followed, England celebrated the king's survival. Bonfires lit the sky, church bells rang, children recited the rhyme. Remember, remember, the 5th of November, Gunpowder, Treason, and Plot. It was meant as a warning against rebellion, but over time, it became something else, a reminder, a symbol, a spark that refused to die. Guy Fawkes became a legend, his name, his mask, transformed through generations into a symbol of defiance. From rebellion to revolution, from politics to pop culture, the spirit of resistance he represented lived on. The Gunpowder Plot was more than a failed act of terror. It was a reflection of human desperation, of faith twisted by persecution, and hope consumed by anger. It forced England to confront what it feared most: division, fanaticism, and the cost of absolute power. And centuries later, we still remember. Every November 5th, flames rise once more, not to destroy, but to remind that power and faith must never again meet in fire. If this story intrigued you, make sure to check out our next video, where we explore how the Gunpowder Plot reshaped British law and identity for centuries to come. And tell me in the comments, what does the 5th of November mean to you? A lesson in loyalty? A symbol of resistance? Or a warning written in fire? Don't forget to subscribe, because history is never truly past. It's still burning, just beneath the surface.